Top 10 underrated NBA players today. The NBA is truly a league full of superstars whose dazzling moves, bigger than life personalities and court skills, are most dear to the sports fans. Their flamboyant and distinctive style of playing outshines many. We still talk a lot about them for the NBA All-Stars and MVP, but what about the other players? What do the most underrated NBA players aspire to be? In today's video, we will be looking at top players from NBA that are underrated as of today. But before we go any further, please like and subscribe to our channel, Fly Away DSP, and smash that bell icon to get new excellent updates only us can provide. Without further ado, here's the top 10 underrated NBA players today. Number 10. Kyle Lowry. This season, Lowry has been an incredibly crucial part of the success of the Raptors and should garner more respect. Presently, there is a current stigma surrounding Lowry that he's not as good as individuals make him out to be. But this is simply not true. Lowry is putting up 19.7 points and 7.7 assists per game this season on a percentage of true shooting at 58.3. The impact of Lowry is seen day in and day out for the Raptors, and the possible outcomes for this team are unpredictable as long as he is healthy. Kyle Lowry did everything to help the NBA transcend to the Toronto Raptors, but he doesn't get the respect he deserves. In both situations, he has proven that he can do the job and that he is actually helpful to the Raptors. Even some people always disrespect him for getting Lowry, no matter how well he plays, how he supports his teammates, and how well he plays defense. Number 9. Serge Ibaka. Did you know that 8 consecutive double-doubles were rattled off? The longest such run of his career and the longest in over a decade by any Raptor. During Marc Gasol's absence, Ibaka's play was well known, and this may result in him earning a nice payday this offseason. As compared to a backup, Ibaka's numbers as a starter are night and day. Ibaka averages 18.3 points and 8.8 rebounds per game at 55.3% from the field and 42.7% from three as a starter, and 13.4 points and 7.2 rebounds at 47.2% from the field and 33.3% from three. Again, during the absence of Marc Gasol, his great play was detrimental to the success of the Raptors, and if they want to go deep in the playoffs again, they will need him to keep up with his play. If there is one word Ibaka has to be defined, it's that. He is underrated. Number 8. Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert has struggled to get the respect he deserves in the NBA, despite being a former Defensive Player of the Year. Gobert might not be a strong offensive player, but he has always been an utter challenge to opposing teams on the other side of the court. The Frenchman would probably have gained more coverage if not for Donovan Mitchell's flashy and exuberant playing style. On that end of the court, the reigning Defensive Player of the Year is regarded as arguably the most dominant force in the NBA. As a big man who has a huge effect on several possessions without even touching the ball, he may also be the league's most underestimated offensive tool. He is undoubtedly one of the league's most underrated shooting guards. Number 7. Fred VanVleet. In our list of top 10 underrated players in the 2019 to 2020 NBA season, Fred VanVleet comes in at number 1. In their championship-winning run last season, the 26-year-old was one of the key players for the Toronto Raptors. VanVleet was ensured that, again this year, the franchise won the first seed in a very strong Eastern Conference. This season, 17.6 points and 6.6 assists per game on just about 39% of three for the Raptors, and is another player who has crucial to the success of the Raptors. VanVleet has never earned the respect he really deserves from the NBA community, considering his prowess, something that fans would expect to see change in the near future. Number 6. Joe Ingles. We have Joe Ingles at number 6 on our list, who is an outstanding Utah Jazz scorer and a facilitator and a significant cog in his team's offense. The 33-year-old specialist is not only able to make outstanding plays for his side, he can also light it up from behind the arc, hitting clutch shots when the team needs the most. Joe Ingles may be the NBA's most underappreciated star for a player whose complex and refined game can often fly under the radar. We would love to see him get the recognition he deserves from the NBA community, with the Australian being such as an important player in the franchise. Alright, we're halfway through our countdown. How are you finding this underrated player so far? Comment your thoughts down below. Keep on watching to see more of them on the list on this video. Number 5. Bojan Bogdanovic. Why is this list so short for Bojan Bogdanovic? During the playoffs, the 31-year-old, who was magnificent for the Utah Jazz, was desperately missed by the players. A blessing for the Jazz was the arrival of Bojan, and his signing was the most overlooked of the previous season. He's putting up 20.5 points this season on an impressive 41.5% from the three. His scoring and shooting have proven to be vital to the Jazz, and a steal for the Jazz is his deal. Number 4. Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown is going to break the top 4 of our list. Many have begun to see Jaylen Brown's talent with the Boston Celtics heading deep into the NBA playoffs, but have still struggled to gauge his true ability. His defense, however, has yet to be deemed elite, as he makes the occasional mistake of taking his eyes off his man or not responding quickly enough. But Brown, particularly during Boston's most recent road trip, continues to show a steady improvement. With his ability set, Brown has ample space for improvement. He has the foot pace to turn the guards, the power to fight with them, and a good vision to help the ball off. His power, especially against more aggressive teams such as the Rockets, will certainly pull him through and help cover his weaknesses as he strengthens them. Number 3. Spencer Dinwiddie. Perhaps it is his calm nature. Perhaps it is the fact that he is such an overlooked player to watch. Whatever it is, today's NBA, it makes Spencer Dinwiddie one of the most underrated stars. For more than a year now, Spencer Dinwiddie has been excellent in the NBA. In the seeding games at the Orlando bubble, the 27-year-old, who is a strong passer and scorer, has some fantastic results. Dinwiddie has earned less of the limelight with the Brooklyn Nets, acquiring Irving and Durant, but his relevance to the team cannot be sufficiently specified. Dinwiddie is placing 20.6 points and 6.7 assists per game this season, both career highs, and for much of the season has been the go-to guy for the Nets. Number 2. Chris Paul. With the Thunder this season, CP3 has had a much-needed bounce-back year, and many noticed his enhanced play. In today's sports culture, if they cannot win a title, it has become all too popular to blame players, even if they went above and beyond what is expected of them in the playoffs and it was not really their fault. Many did not expect CP3 to last the entire season after being traded to the Thunder. Instead, his position as a leader and facilitator has been a crucial part of his success of the Thunders in the Western Conference. They are currently sitting nicely in the 5th place. And last but not least, number 1, Chris Middleton. Many looked at this move as a dubious after signing a huge extension with the Bucks, given that Middleton had just begun to come along. Despite the criticism, every year, Middleton's play continues to improve, and this year, he is having a historic season. He is currently scoring 21.1 points and 6.2 rebounds from the field at a 50.8%, 43.8% from 3, and 90.7% from the free throw line. At this point, Middleton appears to be just the 5th player in NBA history to average at least 20 points from the field on 50%, 40% from 3, and 90% from the free throw line. Many look to Middleton after Malcolm Brogdon's departure to take the next step, and so far, he has. His play has been detrimental to the success of the Bucks, and they will need him to continue this play in the playoffs if they want to win a championship this year. Middleton deserves more credit than he gets at the moment as a player who is the second choice in his side. These stars who played with the major players were a remarkable driving force behind the squad. In their attempts to play for the franchise, however, they have always been unappreciated in the history of NBA, and sometimes in and outside the sector, they go unnoticed. How are you finding this video? Please share your thoughts in the comment section below. We would like to hear more about it from you. And before we end this video, please do not forget to hit that like button below and click subscribe to our channel, Flyaway DSP, for more amazing and related videos. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned as the next video is starting.